Having a baby is often one of the most beautiful, sacred, and life-changing experiences a person can go through. It's a time when love deepens, when priorities shift, and a new kind of purpose is born. But for those in a relationship with a narcissist, the arrival of a child can trigger chaos, it can trigger confusion, and it can also trigger emotional pain. Today, we are going to talk about why having a baby triggers a narcissist so badly from both a spiritual as well as a psychological perspective. And this is going to make a lot of sense for people who've had a narcissist triggered badly because they've had a child. And this message is for anyone who is navigating this difficult road and wondering why something so beautiful has turned into a battleground. That is what life with a narcissist is like, a battleground, a war front. And by the way, my name is Iyabo Yawale, and I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor. And on this channel, I share biblical wisdom for dealing with the scourge, the pain, as well as the mess of narcissistic abuse. And if you're serious about healing from narcissistic abuse, you're gonna hit the subscribe button right away in order for you to become a member of this strong and supportive community where we hold hands virtually in our fight against narcissistic abuse. Thank you if you just did that. It means a lot. And so let's start with the psychological side. What happens psychologically when you have a baby? Narcissists thrive on being the center of attention. That is their stock in trade. Their sense of identity and worth is often tied to how much validation, how much admiration and control they can extract from those around them, especially their intimate partners. And so basically, a narcissist outsources their need for validation to their intimate partners. And so when a baby enters the picture, everything changes. The situation shifts 360 degrees, I tell you, because when a child comes in, your focus shifts. I'm a mother and I know what I'm talking about, and other mothers who are watching this video can relate. Your focus shifts, rightfully so, from the narcissist to the baby. And so you're sleep deprived, you're emotional and physically exhausted, and pouring your love into this helpless new life. And for most healthy partners, that shift is understood. That shift is in order. That shift is expected. But for a narcissist, that shift isn't expected. He or she sees it as a threat. Yes, T-H-R-E-A-T. They interpret your bond with a child not as something beautiful, but as a personal threat, as something that is betraying, like you have just betrayed them by focusing on the child instead of them. They see it as a personal betrayal. Suddenly, they are no longer your world. Suddenly, they are no longer your center of attention. Suddenly, they are no longer your center of attraction. And instead of celebrating the new life with you, they become resentful, they become jealous, and they even become cruel. And you might hear comments like, you don't care about me anymore. They say it offhandedly, but they mean it seriously. They can say things like, this baby has ruined everything. They say things like, I miss how things used to be. That is, they telling you, this child has taken attention away from me and I hate it. They may act out. They may withdraw affection or even sabotage the parenting process. Yes, they can go as far as that. Why? Because in their mind, they've been dethroned. In their mind, someone else has taken their place in your mind, in your life, in your heart, and they don't like it one bit. So in their mind, the baby has taken their place. And having said that, let me quickly talk about my paid ebook. It's a workbook actually, and it's the kind of resource I wish I had in the thick of my narcissistic abuse, but I never had. And so I created it. It's predicated on the fact that hope does not lie in our narcissistic abuse situation changing, but in us allowing the situation to change us. And it contains the exact lifestyle changes I've had to make in order to escape narcissistic abuse and thrive. And I still maintain these lifestyle changes. And I tell you, it's enabled me has to live as God wants me to live. And if you also want to create a meaningful life, this ebook is for you. I'll drop a link in the description. So now let's look at the spiritual side of a baby triggering a narcissist. Now, a child is a gift from God. It's a divine assignment, and they carry a purpose. Every child carries a purpose, and their arrival often calls the parents, especially the mother, into a higher version of herself, because children challenge you to grow and you become more protective, you become more discerning, and your intuition strengthens. Your intuition becomes more strengthened and your values shift. And this is where the spiritual war begins, because a narcissist is someone who dwells in darkness, and narcissists are often used by darkness to drain, to distract, and also to destroy. And I've got a video on narcissists are agents of Satan, and a narcissist is a thief as well as an enemy of your soul, and I'll link to it in the description. And so when a child is born, it threatens that mission. They are satanic agents, and because you are now anchoring yourself in a sacred role, they see the child as an enemy, and you are aligning with God's calling to nurture, to protect, and raise a soul in his image. And so the narcissist feels this shift. Even if they can't name it, they sense you stepping into your power. They sense you stepping into a higher power, and spiritually, that's dangerous for them. And so they are badly triggered when a child comes into the picture, and suddenly you're not as easily manipulated. You're no longer blindly catering to their needs. You're awake, you're waking up spiritually, and with your awakening comes spiritual warfare, and they don't want any of that. And so they may start spiritual gaslighting. They may start gaslighting you spiritually by saying things like, you're supposed to be a good wife. Why are you so emotional? They can also say things like, a godly woman wouldn't be so distant. Yeah. And also they can say, God wants you to prioritize your marriage. And these are things they're going to say to spiritually gaslight you. But this isn't about God. This is about control. This is about power. This is about they are maintaining their hold on you spiritually. And the truth is, God never calls us to abandon our children to satisfy the ego of a broken partner. Take this from me. God never calls us to abandon our children to satisfy the ego of a broken partner. He calls us to love and protect the innocent, to walk in wisdom, as well as to raise children in peace, not in a home filled with emotional chaos. And this is a message to those of us who are like, oh, I'm staying in this abusive marriage because of the children. You better leave because of the children, because you are not serving God's purpose for those children in that abusive environment. Having said that, let me quickly talk about the Yabo Yali Live for this week. You know, we go live every Saturday, 12 noon WAT, right on this channel. And this Saturday, we are talking about the number one abuse tactic of a Christian narcissist. It's going to be explosive. And this class is for you if you've ever been spiritually gaslit, if you've ever been silenced with the Bible. Do join us 12 noon WAT right on this channel on Saturday, May 31st, 2025. And so what is the emotional impact of this behavior by the narcissist? So if you're a mother who felt guilty for not quote and unquote meeting the narcissist's needs after giving birth, if you've been accused of quote and unquote changing or quote and unquote neglecting the relationship, let me say this clearly. You are not the problem. Let me repeat it. You are not the problem. The narcissist is the problem. The truth is, you are evolving. You are stepping into your God-given role, and that makes the narcissist deeply uncomfortable because they are losing their grip on you. They're losing their control over you. They're losing the power they have been using over you, and that makes them panic. And so their meltdown isn't about the baby. It's about losing control. It's about losing their grip over you. And so don't get it twisted. So what can you do in such an instance? What can you do? If you are in this situation, here are a few gentle reminders. And the first one is trust your instincts. You know, the narcissist trains us not to trust ourselves, not to trust our gut, not to trust our instincts. But I tell you, trust your instincts in this case, because you were chosen to be your child's protector. And so honor that calling. Honor that divine assignment that God has placed in your hands. Protect your child first and foremost. I did that for my children. Yeah. And so I can talk about it today. Secondly, set boundaries, because the narcissist will test you. Test as in TEST. Don't be afraid to draw the line emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. Don't be afraid to draw the line in favor of your children. Yes. Talking about boundaries, let me quickly talk about my birthday masterclass, and it's talk about it. The topic is 5 common mistakes survivors make when setting boundaries with narcissists. We are going to look at boundary setting. It's going to be a boundary setting masterclass, and it's my gift to you as part of my birthday celebration, and it's taking place on June 21st. It's a Saturday, 2025, 12 noon WAT. Register at yaboyale.com/masterclass, yaboyale.com/masterclass. So the third thing to do is to lean on God. This burden is too heavy to carry alone. Ask him for wisdom, ask him for strength, and ask him for clarity every single day, because it's not a battle you can fight on your own. It's a warfare. It's not a battle you can fight on your own. And so ask him for every blessed thing that you need to carry this burden. Also get support. That's the fourth thing to do. Find a therapist, find a support group, or even a trusted friend who gets it. You are not alone. And this channel and community is supportive of women who are in this kind of situation. We will hold hands. And so although it's virtual, we will still hold hands. And so subscribe to this community. Thank you if you just did that. And so my closing thoughts basically is that motherhood is sacred, and no narcissist should be allowed to corrupt that. Don't allow a narcissist to corrupt your motherhood. And if this message resonated with you, I want you to know you're seen, you're supported, and you're stronger than you think. You are not alone. With this community, which is a movement against narcissistic abuse, I tell you, you are not alone. And I want to thank you immensely for watching this video. Thank you for watching. If this helped you, please like this video, because when you do, you're telling YouTube the kind of content to suggest you also share this video. I know you've been sharing. Please continue to share, and leave a comment below if you've walked this road before. I'd love to hear your story and support you. Remember to also get my free ebook on 11 narcissistic abuse recovery hacks to reclaim your life and your power. It contains the exact 11 things I did to quit narcissistic abuse and thrive. And I can tell you that by sending the word hacks, you can get a copy in your inbox. You just send HSCKS in the comments right away. Do it now. Don't procrastinate. Just send HSCKS in the comments. Until next time, stay strong, stay rooted in truth, and never forget you're worthy of peace and you deserve the very best things life has to offer. I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.